Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. November 3rd, 2022. November 3, 2022. Comrade Kashi, if I'm correct, maybe it's 233 days left to election. 233. I hope I get it right. You know,
232, I believe.
232. Right.
No, they add.
No, they add. We are. Some people they say June 24. I need to wait for it. No, no. Yeah, but whatever the case, June 25. Yeah. But anyways, 232 days. You know, we mention the number there because we say 6 months, 8 months. It sounds like 85. But we count by just the days. 232 days when I sleep awake. APC, TT don't not get flag bearer, but we know say Honorable Abdukagbo can't tell me for say. Then go begin get the lower level elections them very soon. You see, some people, but you know, those are not the issues where they bother we as much. We don't say the APC is going to take care of itself. If anything, we don't say the Judas there inside the APC, and we don't know the people that we get for drive now the APC party completely. Forgiveness not for them. You see that impunity will allow people them, you know, they can't do what they have for them. Say, hey, we don't left them now, bygone be bygone. Now make we suffer like today. Salon people, these are some of the issues where they can discuss. But you know what's important? I swear to God, can you we don't say you don't embark on an image laundering. You see how SLPP become the power. When God make the African Express come and expose these guys, when David Francis and David Shenge, they spent over $3 million for do image laundering and they wash their image for let them say them clean themselves up, let them look good to the international community. That is what kind of they do now. For go someone, the bank governor and the finance minister for come. They are playing games with we. The real issues, the way people want, the people of Salon, they want the kind of Yumkelan and summon. They want to summon the Minister of Information, for example. They want to summon the Internal Affairs Minister for the August 10th killings and massacre, the illegal burial of citizens like people like Evangelist Samson them, or like that Piki Fatima, when they kill them, Papa also they cook for him, people them, then go shoot them from the back and kill that Popikin, or like that Mama when they kill inside us, or that Baba when they kill the Eastern Police, all the people when they kill across the country. People want for Sikane Yumkela, call the Internal Affairs Minister, summon the President to Parliament, summon the police chief to Parliament, summon the head of the military to Parliament. Can Yumkela they come up for go London image, they want to go call back governor. They look like for saying the eyes of the international community. Can Yumkela they walk? Can Yumkela they perform your oversight duties? That's nonsense.
How do we expect Kande Yumkela for talk about the people that we then kill? Where the very day when they go bury them like Papa, now they go visit the Minister of Education for go talk rubbish.
Thank you. You know, some people, I say all this to say, I was one of those people who go against APC. APC is the bedrock of my life. Growing up now inside APC, but I don't put party over anything. I attack the APC. I attack former President Koroma. I call the all the thief man them. I do Can the Yumkela go up and down? Egdeo. Anybody when Naku, they go reporting at the ICC day. All of these things. What's in do because can the Yumkela will be facing at the sober mortal man. Now in this guy, they can't play with emotions. They can't play with intelligence. The Salon people they watch him. They no say this guy in a fake we. For then they say by they perform in parliamentary duty. Look at non-call bank governor. Look at that is the economy don't like it. Don't well. There is no confidence like what they talk so there. So for go some of the bank governor not go for changing nothing, then do the currency redenomination. Kande Yumkela was part of the people that were allow the bank governor for do a currency redenomination. At the time, like this way the country, there is no confidence. Like what cash works in the talk up COVID day under the currency redenomination. Nothing we know again younger. You know no doubt. You know why anything where they come pull the way for them. And one for they get an economy or country where everything is stable and quiet and steady. And one for me it's a buoyant economy like what Cash Fox they describe them. And one for me it's an economy where everything is thriving. You know, there is peace, there is stability, everything is normal. Now in Canada you can sit down and bring redenomination. Then at the same man they come back. Now they come they can go ask the bank governor. What's they go ask him? Now image you want for London himself. You want for London image. Look the neck there now. PR system.
That guy there, we first don't know. I think you want pull close.
Yes.
The same way that they don't say, you know, we want them people there say if they bring this thing calm. Now, so the thing for the again for affect the economy, again for affect the currency. Now, when the thing don't come about, then it's saying they call back governor. But when this guy don't can give me by now,
Exactly. That is the point now. I want for make to Salon people they don't understand exactly what in Canada Yumkela in Nepal. Now they create a problem.
Let me tell you something. Canada Yumkela, one of the most corrupt politicians we ever seen in Salon. Let me tell you this here. I told you this are some facts. Canada Yumkela, they no go talk because Paran don't go bribe in the parliament. Parangia money, bribery, you take up. These are facts like I can't deny. Because this thing, I not be ever, not discuss of myself. Now, man, we don't give bribe. But I'm facing need to take bribe, then bribe am. From there, you talking. You know, me can't say we say, Saloma left for take somebody hand, pull banga fire, wait a day. He enter inside the fire, inside the fire, he do, he mount all the inside the go pull the banga.
Now we are.
Waiting comrade say so, it's not joke. In fact, parentally, they say, if one will go to ask Madam, you say, hey, that Madam, if you say they take that to you.
You know what they say, you go tell Madam, you say, so that man they take bribe.
Of thieves, you know, bribery. Now you can imagine parentally, yes, small till like what you come here, they say so. Then parent go to Madam, you go make more say, hey, I mean, this is that man, he need to take that in there. Then Madam, you say, ah, no worry, he say Asabia.
You know, Asabia because that man, they sell the oil refinery with Madam, you.
Thank you.
Now they sell the oil refinery. Who the so today? We in Salon now we give Malaysia seed them for who knows for plants for Malaysia. Malaysia is the biggest exporter on palm oil. Now they sell the oil refining.
You see,
Ibrahim, so then guys here actually talk. Ibrahim, if you say country, the economy is stable, now we get proper democracy, confidence. At this point in time, then the thing that there's so many points and they don't make sure they're not you know call them. You want to try for London in the you corrupt and don't go lock you out. For them not take you and pull Bangladesh again. The sky we don't depend you from APC, let the sky just left you. Now we for fed for the people, and not fed for the people. One can let people support. You see, now image laundry, but they know they able to because they're not gonna hide the place.
Well, you know, comrade, but that is why we expose them because you see the Salon, the average Sierra Leone mind, you know, we kind of everything is moving too fast. So they tend not to pay attention. I make we didn't have for make sure say we call people attention. Can they Kela cannot dare for go outside anything get for do with Marabio, you know they go near there, anything we get for do with the pains of the people. You know they go what's in bank governor get for do with anything at this point. The guy there na lame duck right now. The economy don't like kid on. I must petrol be there, I must side the petrol now. What's in bank governor go talking now? The people want justice, the people want for get somebody that can speak on their behalf. People are toiling, people in the morning of the country. Call neck with PR system, violence with constitution, section 38.
Before you go to the next, sorry. Like what you talk, so waiting bank governor get for do with me because the bank governor don't make them clear say as long as COVID and Ukraine and Russia war actually exist, they don't go able to do anything. So if you're not able to do nothing, then we don't go waste time, waste powder by Kondo or waste Wasana Dogs back. No, because the man COVID war still they go on. Sorry, COVID still they go on, and Ukraine and Russia war still they go on. And this man governor don't talk say as long as those exist, it cannot do anything.
Exactly. So we see you. We watch you. Salon people not full again. We can't hear kick people and talk all kind of big talk. People like we will look you. I said this man, and you know this man. If you go to that country, go change him. Look what you do there today. Now come the culture. They can't tell we don't tell we were paran. But you know let's see comrade. I don't say when I get to evidence, when I get on a fact, we'll go discuss that later. But you see, these are things that are very important for the people and know about the kind of a leader them. If somebody will return at the United Nations system, they receive good pension money, you go back to Salon, go take bribe. When we are finished, Salon done. But you know, Salon people, can they we know they allow you for London, you image. You don't go wash your image up. You don't can't make now like for say, you know, these guys don't even go ask the people, go feel the pulse of the people, see what the people want for talk about. When they tell you now what the people want for do, the people want for they bring the internal affairs minister, bring Laelo and Slima, they say they go and kill people. The talk is all out there. They say they drive them motokara let's say, and they go house to house, they go and find people, they shoot them at it. Those are the things where people want for no. Can they go bring the next commissioner? Mohamed Kana we know say you want the PR system because if you say go favor you, but no, go bring Mohamed Kanawe. The people of Sierra Leone say we have constituencies existing, and I don't tell nobody the 3-0 all they connect. Don't commit. Even the abolition of the death penalty. I want to say you're on the record for say now una pass the death penalty without a referendum, and the referendum is very clear in the constitution. A referendum means that the people for vote, not a civil society organization them, not a consultations with this and that. A referendum means say the people should vote. Una violate the constitution, una alter the constitution, una subvert the constitution for meet your own desires and needs them. These are all the things we say. We see you. These are the things we want to talk about. Bring the next commissioner. Bring everybody. Bring the president. Summon the president. Now when Marabio and catch her with 4G of receipts. Can you get the audacity for say the president for begin? Look, we are people there. We do the receipt and this and that in a serious democracy. In a serious democracy, outside people want their confidence be restored in our country. For the investors, they know say they were, they do their oversight committees, job them properly. Can you ask for the God? bruh, that the president will impeach. Now you lead the article of impeachment. Now you sign that paperwork there. You get other members of parliament for leader, including Cherry Coco. Now all for leader one day. Why we get the constitution if we not use them? And come record when people can say, the constitution, we need for revamp. Comrade, the constitution as it is, it make enough provision for protect them. I'm telling you, when you read them properly, you look at them. Even the section 108, where the constitution give we, where they tell you say anybody will subvert or alter this constitution, yes, so it is a treasonous act. It is there. It is sacrosanctly clear. Again, when you look at this death penalty, where the guy said they abolish, you look at section 16, where it talk for say nobody not for take the life of another, without their consent. Nobody not for take the life of another person. Nobody no get right for take the life of another person. And at the same constitution back, it tells the judge and say, then get the authority for make sure say, then do whatever they want for do for sentence somebody to death. If he commits that kind of a murder, they for take somebody's life unnecessarily. And all that, and then when you look at the entrenched clause system within the constitution, that is how the death penalty is tied with the entrenched clause system. So for them go say that they go do away the death penalty, for abolish them without a referendum from the people voting to say we want the death penalty or we don't want them. It is a treasonous act by every member of parliament. And we will remind you now, if you not be the next president, Dr. Samara Kamara, I swear to God, no matter how long it take, una all will retire una for treason in that country today. Until the people pay the ultimate price. I'm telling you, Salona, they go before. Now, I make Ghana before they get today.
I want to just buttress on that point the way you make about the constitution. How people and they say, oh, the constitution not good enough. We need for change up. Ibrahim, look, again, everything like rules that they and I make the constitution make and say if you want all time, I mean, therefore do be by parliament and all that.
Exactly.
And Ibrahim, like the state where we did as a country. Let me say certain things and they were like ambiguous, it can be interpreted in a different way. But as a good just say anything when you decide for do, even though something is not clear. What they could not be getting conviction they are doing and it's come back in time. Now we say it happened, but like a smaller scale or whatever it was, right? But Ibrahim, even though these laws them exist, look at the bigger picture. Say, okay, what if I do this thing? Even though sometimes this thing I can interpret them differently, how it could affect the word confidence again for we country because we try for growing. We not give you that excuse. They say, oh, not because the constitution messy. No, if we have leaders that we care about the people, they go always think say, even though this constitution is not clear now, but what is good for the nation, for make we country grow, for make we country better, like this PI system, where they lie say, oh, it is inside it, but what's the example where why you for left the smooth road, you go walking at the gravel.
Exactly.
What's the example where people start at the giving? So the point is, if even things are in the constitution, do the one where you feel safe will kind of like foster growth, not the one where they destroy growth.
Cashbox, section 38A. Section 38A 1. What he say? Make them very clear. He say at the time when the elections are announced for parliamentary elections and no constituencies exist at that moment, the president may. No constituencies exist. Now clear English. My brother, not to Timini, not to Mende, not to Limba. Now proper English. If no constituencies exist,
I just play the devils. Let me say
I got you.
Like this PI system, it is clear, very very clear. However, people use the constitution these days. They feel say when their land book now, for can't talk stupid talk.
Absolutely.
The way when they feel say it suits them.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not gonna say like even though it is like 38 actually is clear, but then we think about the bigger picture. If even when I feel someone want to interpret them differently and for me it suits now. Do you guys think about Sierra Leone people when they suffer and the reason why they suffer?
So Cashbox that they came to me and say we need the 79 revolution as a loan where the line judges them, line lawyers them, line magistrate them, line head of parastatals, line generals in the army, line generals in the police, line civil servant them, line politician them, execute them.
Absolutely.
They only respect the constitution when they did that action in 1979.
Oh yes.
Cashbox. The 19th constitution, one of the most beautiful constitutions we ever get. Now, little thing they go change that constitution because now it make force to get right for talk about democracy, for participating in a multi-party election. That is the 19th constitution. Cashbox. How democracy begin? When they allow you for let them vote for you, or you let it be voted for or vote for somebody. Now the first democracy starts.
Absolutely.
So many provisions then, right to protest, civil liberty, right to association, freedom of speech, all them here, everything they inside the constitution. Cashbox that people in the coming. And they could take this to born or make new one. If the people and mindsets remain the same, trust me, then we'll still count the same to the talk but so try for take the wrong, make it right. You know the for driver and car go driver na bicycle lane. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So seeing these things, it is said not to the constitution get problem, like the people. And then people they talk now so like David Francis. You know, we call him Professor Tia Die. David Francis. We say do peace and conflict. We for them will understand, but we interpret them very well as a law. Local thing happened today. Now we go at a government national team report. We tribalize them, nepotize them. You see, so when you look at the people attitude, don't tell us say not to the constitution get the problem, not the people, the mindset. And until or unless we change your mindset, we all look say no, we will not get nothing. Just like what we talk say the APC 1995 constitution not be get any problem when we could lose election. Now the attitude of people then. It did not clearly manifest because election, only parts of the law. So anyone them use the illegal because of people mindset, now make do all this today. Same they go to the national constitution, Ibrahim. If you see that in Sudan, even for like accept parliament, accept for like that they go make election by week, 2 weeks, like that's what we get for vote. They allow for like them begin the problem in the broad daylight, Ibrahim. Then Sudan, they make 2 weeks registration. Parliament just say 80% of the call 20% say. They see all the entire process on door. They're not called 20%, they're not called 100%, they're not called 100%, nothing. Parliament should don't. Till them don't tell me say no expunge, they make us say no expunge the NIM and the NCRD and the PR system. Parliament tell me say because of August 10. Imagine because of August 10. Where August 10 I just come to the president, that just at the APC stronghold that they affect. So they want to say the PR system I just the process that they get affected because until the August 10 they're not doing the decision, meaning that the only the opposition area and they didn't do bad decision because the south is been very quiet, including Kono. So they say because of August 10, then make them don't stop for doing the bad dealing. So they don't start for over 2 months for August 10 happen. You see, Parliament not get and they say no, the PR system will only apply when constitutional law expire, like after the 7 years. But if the PR system, let me tell you one thing, man, if in the 5 years, we in a 5 or 7 years, if in 5 years they meet up election, the questions they remain the same, then they change, they alter them. Because they meet up election, like who they get election 2023, so the 5 years expire in November, or they get election in June, then they alter them. Then the week after the election, they make proper census. So now it make the MP they know say anything happen, but they know they can today and tell someone that man ECSL chairman. Then they go make false space for London the image. Say law call ban governor, law call this. You know, it's pathetic. The hypocrisy boku. We got for change the mindset. Yeah.
I think say the government ECSL and that of statistics alone, they know able for meet the threshold. We make the one bring we back to the proportional representation when at the district block system. Now let me tell family where they listen to we all over the world. When President Bill came with the midterm census, the intention where they bring the midterm census now for make it can ensure say it increase the numbers of seats in the southeast. Then it creates another district them in the southeast. Now that's the intention where it bring the midterm census. After when President Bill don't do the midterm census, the population where it expects that the southeast, it not gets that kind of population there. The kind of support where it wants for the World Bank, IMF, and other international donor partner them, it not can get support. And mind you, Equator and Cashbox, any country in the world where they do housing and population census, World Bank and IMF, that they get representative, now then census the day for make them collect a data we go help them for ensure say for help them country the day. And census, we they do census purely for make we go able for strategize as a nation how we for shape the quota, how we for develop the country. Who side population they pass the other side? Who side for care roads? Who side for care schools? Who side markets no day? Who side government office no day? Who say other things they know they now I make then they do the population and census and I make to find out say where then they do census not to mortal man they no more they count. Then they count the mortal man them, then they count the host them, then they count government schools, then they count government offices, then they count all infrastructural developments them within the country. And that census in data they now in the informed government who side government for care development then go. So now, come Equator, Ibrahim and Cashbox, the population where Mother Biobi want, the population not for reflect. So what did they do now? Abraham come request and cash box. Me, I dey challenge anybody in this country say, Madabio, then go and do the boundary delimitation. You don't say when we get para boundary delimitation. After when we done this census, after when we done this census done, when the result come up 4 to 5 months ago, when the census they come and announce the census result. When they say now a provisional result, they never come with the actual figure of people. When they don't say Ibrahim, and for like you get one great constituency, you forget 57,000 people now one great constituency. When they say 57,000 people, not for 57,000 eligible voters, they say people you forget 57,000 people now one great constituency. Now you forget whether this person you don't do for vote or you don't do for vote, whether not foreigner or not a foreigner. But every constituency forgets 57,000 people. Abraham come request and cash box. Then guys here, they go right around the country. They go and cut the country, go and cut 57,000 people, 57,000 people. Then they on that one day, now in the voters registration inside. When the voters registration inside, now they say, there are number of people we don't register first now the Western area no more. Don't pass the number of people where statistics they alone present say now the people are they register now the census. Now they stop the process straight away. They stop the process. When they don't see the figure of people we register na McKinney now the voters registration, then now they watch the figure of people we register now the census. Now they say no, this is not the work. This is a disgrace to the census. So what did they do now? Then decide for scrap the boundary limitation. They say, no, we go to PR. And this na a deliberate act. Now make Abraham come request and cash box. Anything what mortal man they do, you just get for do with your conscience. You get for be straightforward and honest. They say na 600,000 people now they at the western area. 600,000 people now they at the western area. You go imagine. Now so the census tell we. Then this same government tell we say, the same government and they tell we say, the people the picking them will sit NPSC now over 800,000 picking them that they sit. Right. So now they don't see say this don't bring this disgrace to the World Bank and IMF when they pull out from the census, the European Union when they all they pull out from the census. So now I make come request a cash box, Ibrahim. Now I made they drag with to the PR system. Absolutely. Because they know say if they do the boundary delimitation, APC will still get the highest numbers of parliaments the highest members of parliaments in parliament.
Yeah, constituency based. Right.
They know that. So what they want for do now? Then they drag with to the district block system. Where that district block system it go very difficult. Ibrahim, you know what? Still, where governments don't announce the district block system, then say so at the SLP people, they're not still sure of it because this district block system it only cater for members of parliament. It not cater for councillors. It not cater for chairperson. It not cater for mayor. It not cater for the 3 people.
And people's power. And people's power. To that point, I must add, to that point where you make so, I must add that today will not see the proclamation document from Madabio where his signature the way authorized Mohamed Kone for the clear PR system. Go ahead, my brother.
They not go bring the proclamation documents. They not go bring the proclamation by right. The proclamation not from Mohamed Kone or for Yeriam, for the Yeriam from the government and for the Yeriam from president. It for become publicly, but not to document for the secretly. You know, see, now the problem now what they do now, they want to try for N if they do proportional representation from the constituency, definitely therefore can go to the ward. And Ibrahim, one thing our people know, every constituency, now when constituency exists, now you will get ward. When you get ward, you get forget constituency. So definitely for the return to proportional representation, the district block system, so which means the councillor themselves, the mayor and the chairperson themselves get for go to PR system. How do I go into PR system now? Now this is not the problem. Right now,
no, Fuse Power. No, Fuse Power. When we get the district block system, we not get councillors because they give the chance for make them No. Let me don't help them people here. Sometimes let me just tell the people what's in the actual thing. If we get a district block system, we know they get anything like councillors. I mean, do the two elections, we never get local council because we use the PR system. We not get like 996. Because they know you can forget just after the two election, they say no, they must start totally because the constituency for you section 38. Now MA could be they count the local council election in 2004. Because they only use local council election when they get an established constituency them. Now make Pakaba do the census for make they able to do local council election because the bank bring a come back. Because we don't come out from councillors, not get mayor again. So because they don't say the PR system no they able to work with local council and we could say 2000. But not the election, we get sense of the same truth will not get for council because they established constituency. So there is no way where they able to make local council election without constituency them.
Yeah, I think, comrade, that's the point you and people saw they make anyway. I think it's pretty much the same point.
Guys, no way. Nine and the parliament in 2002, then do it deliberately for ensure say then go back to constituencies. 2004, Ibrahim communicated and catbox. Pakaba do the census. After the census, now they divide the country by constituencies. Just after they don't divide the country by constituencies, now go to local council elections. In 2004, when we don't do the local council elections in 2004, 2007, now we do the constituency elections. The first constituency elections is when we get the democratic constitution in 1991. Now we do them. Now, when we do that elections day in 2007, we go to constituency. The country we don't shape by constituency in 2004. 2008, Ibrahim, we get local council elections back. Because local council elections, now after 4 years, now they get local council election. Now, this government then a radio and television station, they tell we say, the local council will go into PR system. How they get for can divide them now into PR system, the local council into PR system, because the constituency them, if they don't exist again, we not get for need any constituency executive that political wise.
Can I just remind, maybe let me remind Wisef Naya, you see this government, they're very calculative in everything that they do. Like when you make this point, Jishno, and thanks for that. You remember a few years ago, where they come and tell we say they want to make the local council election kind of like be free from political parties. Thank you. They're not for big parties because they had this in mind that they come with the PR system. Now when they come and say, oh, now because of the August 10, make them not able to do the boundary delimitation. All these things are planned for say again because they knew about the August 10. They kill people. Now they kind of like spark the whole thing like how it gets to Cashbox, before you go into that, Cashbox, for do boundary delimitation, not to one green day. Thank you. For let you do a proper boundary delimitation, it takes until like 90 days and above. Exactly. So who's one at the August 10 we can inside it now? Yes, how it will affect because if we again go back to that point. And then the first trigger kind of like tell we and say, oh, they want to go with the PR system. Then they come back with that. When they tell we say they want kind of like take the local council election away from.
Yeah, because it was.
Ibrahim, what's happening? The mess starts from where they say they shift the local council election. We've happened this year.
Thank you.
This year, 2022. We come and say this thing. It's get MPs that say, hey, no, you know, time no day. Whose time no day? This are like you talk when they pass in, explain that the APC time no day. Now they mix it. Now they walk out now. Time no day. Now they walk out. We time no day. 2 years ago, this time no day. Now they walk out. We say these things. We say the first mistake we do not allow for the local council to dwell with the presence of because the only form of rigging. Now this way they allow the parliament to go unanimously. They agree say okay then they join the 2 elections. So in 2022, we'll not get war. We'll not get any sequence for effect. America when I did the corona vote inside corona time. UK and the vote. Salon say no, there is nothing if Salon among the inside corona than any other time. The members of parliament selfishly then sit down, then can defend a bank by rubbish to tell us say this two are the mix so. Because let me tell you something, Cashbox. If you don't have listen to me, I could do. If you don't please me, I please myself. What you don't talk on this platform, if you don't listen, we long ago. Like say this thing for don't change. You feel me? Listen and they say no, let's go to the local council. We need to get over today. Like we need to pay a system because we know it.
Exactly.
That is straight. Because this I don't get we get everything a picture. Like when they play football, nice pictures. With pictures, we know that you don't say 2022 we get forget local council. Then 2023 we get their election. Then go unanimously. Every member of parliament begins to they talk nonsense. Nonsense. They don't represent the problem.
And you know,
if they do look at council election, like next year, I'm going to a system because
absolutely.
Constituency in the existence. There's no system. What happened in 2022?
Exactly.
And then this particular time, this government they work in cahoots with people. We see that president come and statement say the government with Africa they work in cahoots with the House of Parliament there for point. Saloon are part of that thing. Yeah. In fact, we and then they would start bagging and letting can the food problem.
Absolutely.
They talk Ibrahim from where they go now the money. We said this. I mean, where they go first. They say the proclamation. I will say, okay, if that's true, when I continue, what to see in our census? Census where you World Bank will drop up, EU will drop up. They happy. We'll begin back for talk. So we'll take note of this NI number NCRA. They say no, not possible. And the fact that transport took 2 years ago when they got NCRA, they say I'm sure they use this NCRA figure for registration. They talk all kinds of things. It can't to pass. We don't begin tell them back say PR system they for use our way not possible. They don't expunge and they go all they see somebody go ID cash box self na also then they expunge them when I don't pass in the MP them when I don't talk when I don't shame no say not so we when I don't shame now some man you know get myself open more talk because you don't know for talk they not get base because they didn't read along the line. Ibrahim, everything happened at Saloon is well planned and calculated. Now,
absolutely.
Ibrahim, I want to ask a question. With everything, you know, when people in the talk say, let come up in parliament and waiting parliament for do, I want to ask a question. Everything now, we they come and sensitize the people. Like, who that get for, with all this talk, all the talk so, who that really get for put this talk to action? Because,
you know, definitely.
The answer very clear. All to the talk so, the one where they get the authority for stop all the measure now the house, the members of parliament. Now the supreme legislative authority. No, but as well the constitution make a clear say. Now the supreme legislative authority will control the judiciary and the arms and the
they cannot do anything.
They do cash box.
No, they
just
render themselves powerless.
I say victim. They want me as a victim. They are not victim cash box. They are not.
Well, people are buying into it. The populace is buying into that.
Now, if that is the case,
parliament cannot do anything.
If that is the case,
it's always you they talk so. Come in now, you get to go salon and make sure say these things them come to pass. Ibrahim, you get to go salon.
If that's the case, the same people
and go to parliament, go to the
president. Let me tell you this thing, Kasi. What me the same people in the TV say, hey, come here, I know you're able to do. I not talk about this TA2. We don't say no get for talk. If that's the case, that means we say for shut up. Yes.
You know,
so if that's the case, don't say keep quiet.
Absolutely.
Because what to the talk?
Why?
This is music we make.
Why for do or do? Why for do? Yeah. Why?
Nobody's giving you a single. Nobody give you a dime. For all do so now, money they would use with time or resources. Cut hours for now job they focus don't do them for success for them. They feel out of pleasure. Sometimes we don't play the naked truth cash box. When they come to naked truth, I don't have respect for person.
Let me tell you.
The same idiot so the same say we left members of parliament. Then the same idiot then the country say we are not about this TI. No. Let me mind tell me not about this. I want to tell them say this is our responsibility.
Let me say this.
Don't tell me that cash box. They have to. They get for the say. We know they talk about MP. We not just say APC or SLPP. Or NGC, we say the House of Parliament, meaning everybody participates in this parliament, they participate by the destruction of Sierra Leone. Because I'm very much sure whatever happened in 2023 is either Salongo so come out 20 years ago or Salongo for better. Like two things are already right now. We are in a time bomb. If they fix it, they go make cabal, they go make a cartel of criminals and gangsters. With this time they make Ususu because they get a rubbish talk say, let them go to the side and go sign after the war say. SLPP, APC, they're not signing at 2,000 in the city. Let them show you that's today. Because they got fully stock and then they do nothing. That box then thinks that is deliberate. The House of Parliament, especially the main opposition party, now the responsibility for do checks and balance that in a democracy as well. Not to military government. If when a one party state, even China, when a communist state, then they check the president, then they do checks and balance in the parliament. Even China. Now we say now they want to say they're not because
like I say one talk something.
Right. Yeah. So what I want to say basically anybody where they use the word say come up in parliament. First of all, you don't give up your democratic right as a citizen of that nation, and secondly, you might as well just better off give up your citizenship and say you to go live like a separate island somewhere when nobody know nothing but let you just live in oblivion, let you just live in perpetuity by yourself, no controls, no law, no nothing, because that is what you're basically saying. You don't give up every right where you get as a citizen. For let you tell we say come be in parliament, when the parliaments are living, breathing, supreme legislative authority, section 105 makes it very clear that the parliament get the power for fix with laws there in that country. If you say for come up in parliament, that you foresees for become a human being, for even existing at this race on this planet Earth, for terrorists to come up in parliament.
I want to say that's a very, very good point, because you see, people, again, it goes back to that civil education we talk about, civic education, sorry. You know, Ibrahim,
Right.
yes, we understand. We're going to kind of like take baby steps with all, because we all need that sensitization day. Like, so we therefore take baby steps for get people to whose side we all supposed for day as citizens. Because I tell you one thing, Ibrahim, like right now, when they punish ministers, them people, prime ministers, them being sacked, and presidents, them being kind of like removed from office. Now, because the people in they come and say, oh, no, because of the tribe, because there is civic education within the society. Yes, we have to take baby steps, and we're getting that. But Ibrahim, you see, the very thing, I want to make where, they want to jump. Oh, PI system is in the constitution. It's in the constitution. I want to make una know back say, military for take over, for protect the constitution. It's in the constitution. So how now feel say PI system the inside it. Now so the military for me it take over back it inside the constitution. Sorry, go over. Go over to you, please.
Ibrahim, are you there?
Yeah, I don't know if you get. Sometimes you're gonna get me because it can lost all the reception. Maybe we not get him. I don't know.
I think see Cashbox na a very good point that one you bring a very good point you bring You know, all of this PX system and waiting don't confuse governments now. Waiting make them don't go back na the drawing board for go see how best they would come include the local council inside the PX system. In Congregator Ibrahim and Cashbox. They want to include the local council inside the PX system, and with constitution make it clear how they for shape the country by constituency, how they for shape them by ward. We get some constituencies, then they get 2 wards, so then they get 3, so then they get 4.
Huh.
It all depends to how big the constituency is. For make you come now, you see SLPP people way they say. Then they go campaign for be member of parliament. Now I keep telling them the last time Catchbox, I tell them, say, you know what? I say, you guys no need for campaign again for be a member of parliament. Just go and tell Marabiu, tell the SLPPC, we don't need the PER system because you are just wasting your time.
Exactly.
If you go now, you go meet the people and you campaign to the people and tell the people and say, you want to be member of parliament. We're not to you get for not to the people and get for determine who that they go represent in a parliament. Then you they go out yonder to the people and tell them say you want to be member of parliament. Same goes to all People's Congress Party, no political party where I belong. Where a lot of people waiting at the social media, they see them flyers them say they want to be member of parliament for constituency 122. They want to be member of parliament for constituency 123. All the flyers and they where they go and put so day and net every day where you go now the social media, whether na Facebook, whether na YouTube, whether na WhatsApp, you will see all the messages then they say they want to be member of parliament. Now you want to be member of parliament. Begin to ask yourself the questions. If tomorrow we come to the proportional representation, the district block system, waiting will qualify you for make you go to parliament. Not so you people them where you go meet, so not so then get for determine you go on a parliament again. Now you go on a parliament, they determined by the political leaders, the political party, sometimes maybe the chairman of the party, or sometimes maybe the deputy chairman of the party, or the leader of the party. Now in get for determine now who are they going to parliament. In all of their options, they are so Ibrahim Communicator and Cashbox, Marabio in government, it failed by the census. Then the voters registration now it can expose the midterm census. Now make up to this time as we talk so. They're not able to come up with the actual figures of people where register per constituency, where register per ward, district, region, up to this time, Ibrahim. Now then things here we need for the urge neck now.
You know,
Ibrahim
here's what.
Now 1 month so now, neck not ever publish the result.
Thank you.
Figure of people where register across the 16 political districts. They don't ever publish that result today. The civil society organization, the journalists that they see,
People
the political leaders that they see.
That takes me. That takes us. People that takes us right into the point where they talk about Kande Yumkela. Instead of he call the NEC commissioner them for can answer them questions, there we get so. Now they call bank governor for can talk about waiting. You see, the pressing issues, the way they affect people's power. You're right into that point. So link this up with the Kande Yumkela situation, calling the bank governor instead of calling NEC for cancer.
This not the big
problem. Ibrahim,
where
you look at
this not
not misplaced. It's deliberate. The man not misplaced how. Like deliberate ploy. Look what Ibrahim saying. I ploy for distraction from voting at the right team. Voting people in the chaos about voting for make salon economy change. Voting for make the get Leos back into in running because Ibrahim had tell you something. Not to inside 3 years, government they can take that Leos additional from almost 2 million for cut and 700,000. Not to inside 3 years because of mess and day Ibrahim. If you got it, make you can't. So anybody they here for succeed, man up you. Hey, but you don't get work. Ibrahim, you can let them know this thing. Not to say in a misplace of priority, it's deliberate action. That makes sense. All the people that you can let them call for the bank governor because they want to pull attention from the PR system. The PR system they determine it's a low economy high for day. You know, these guys, Ibrahim, they no go talk because they're a group of cartel, the cabal then get. They all get multi-million dollars in the house, but dollar not in the saloon. Then get in the pocket then. Now dollar they say for bribery at parliament, but dollar not in the saloon. Ibrahim, you see, even this thing, no, say this drugs business don't see soon out today. I don't say nothing to say that the group of look at all I see, and then so German in the state, so then there's a EDSA worker, my way they play correct, EDSA worker. Now so you don't push inside the way and make sure that street. You know, Ibrahim then can no ever talk this in the parliament. Ibrahim, these are serious issues. This is a call for concern. For see people and the youth them today, even during the war, I don't see drugs flow in a salon like they flow so now, Ibrahim. I don't see youth man they engage. What happened? Maybe they don't give up their own future for go sit down for take drug no more now. You know, this to turn a concern to members of parliament. It no go ever turn a concern for say no, let me call back. Let me look at let someone government for let me explain to you what happened. Let me call internal affairs minister or call CISO and ONS. What the responsibility for try for red and drug cartel there. For try for look for the but if you be say now the Pandanua when the internal affairs minister they read the allegations in the counter the first day they say hand this side they say vice president hand this side how they go try it here I don't tell na say Kube Talker where them in jail under epistem for that cooking saga they don't get back like airport you see say all the borders line and the custom every side don't change make 100% tribal posting put people like you na Cholobo you na this then change because they don't come to cartel Ibrahim today Salon become the worst country Ibrahim Salon is a failed state every day open na Facebook you will see different faces of young man there. Where they work for. Imagine this they say they work. They on course. Imagine so your man for go take course. Imagine Okada rider. It's they know they make these guys just deliberate because they're picking them dinner abroad. Then they sleep on the night. Then they want to water. Then sick them to go to hospital free. Then then get a better life. Ibrahim, these guys. Salon play again for look at this particular this time we Salon they also the worst time. Even the war better pass this time. The war is better for we pass this time.
Somebody talk where say, oh, but the money where then they use for go buy kush. Why you know use them for go buy something for them picking them? Comrade, I don't believe in that analogy there. You know why? Man say you comrade. Imagine teacher, they kind of like they pay 1.5 million. Now for family of 4 for medical leave, just for each number, they require 3 million. Comrade, if I remember the gap between waiting and they pay me and waiting I need, comrade, I go say kush for make I forget about my worries.
Then I want to say kush na 10,000. Then let's say now some people they pay 700,000. The rest now 560,000, 580.
Yeah.
Imagine they pay teacher 1.5. You don't put 500,000 for buy rest. No, that's not make simple. Then they pay teacher 1.5. You don't put 600,000 or 500,000 for buy rest. You don't pull launch it too. You know, pull what I do too. So you not even know. So you know because sometimes they drugs are a substitute for let somebody forget what they done. I don't give an example of war.
Exactly.
The war then count drugs to we the young one they follow. You know, then they keep you off the fear and say, okay, we're not afraid too much. So they take you become high. So you try for think about your problem. They keep all like there's no problem that affects you. Drugs are a substitute for let somebody feel high so that they tell them more than any more than if you tell them most of them so that they not over these 4 years from statistics from PRC from NEC from ONS that they don't sack that then if you check them from NCRE from Maritime from Wataki if you check some of them, Ibrahim, now this frustration, sometimes you might feel high because in this point, person is so you need to think creative. You need to be so drugs that what so is the correct thing. It's a substitute.
Even when they work, the heads are people and because they're waiting to pay them.
They pay them 600,000, 700,000. From where Alex Kuba can see minimum wage is 600,000. Now they 700,000. Imagine the people 700,000. You know the guy rest who that they get for go buy rest. So Lord says, you know, one buy one bag rest. Almost in the same price right now. Now inside 5 days, you chop on it. The salary don't pass it. So drugs cash box still for somebody feel high. So you forget about the problem. So the guys they not take them sit now. They need people better or they not sack me. Before we begin, I can't begin thinking that I think drugs stuff. I go outside from picking. I need to see themselves. I don't get that's how they think. Then they substitute the thing for make them stress. The clear example, are they doing up on the wall? Doing the one they count and they say moral booster for let people and drink and smoke, take bad drugs. So you forget body that say they will kill you. Some of you not agree. Who know God we will not agree to drink and smoke and take drugs. But it's a substitute. Now for make them forget about the damn. Now make them take drugs if they're here and cash box. So nothing. They might not say, okay, you know what? Don't give up the future now. I don't want to know if you pick it or not. I don't know if you're going to school. Let me just go take me 10,000 buy me course. I did I for the rest of the 12 back. I go buy 10,000. They need to look at them as a serious thing. Ibrahim cash box. You worry some. Who's the parliament to get? Who's can come to the run? This is a concern. Every serious country today cash box. They never read now drugs cartel them. I remember still the 90s when they read them to put them. For Jamba, we not for drugs for Jamba. We read them to then place for sell Jamba. Now you don't legal legislate, not legitimize. No, not talk about Jamba self again.
Sorry, people's power, you want to come inside or I can come inside?
Yeah, Cashbox, you can come in. You can come on in. Come in, Cashbox.
Yeah, you see, comrade, this is not all part of the things that we talk about. You see, Parliament Day, you get the KKY, them waste them. Like, what do you talk so? You know, like people like go say, oh, the allegation and all that in the day. But you see, when you get like them people like KKY, them where people like be trust and all that in the day.
Exactly.
Then you like what you talk? Parents are wali nice, self, talk up. Say, this man will be facing they take nothing. Because, you know, comrade, we country, people they don't find them like side for like a lottery. Salon a lottery, quick money. People they want quick money. Watch the guys, them all we don't go to salon. They all don't go better themselves. They don't mind, like when you talk, like the internal affairs minister, being part of the drug cartel, the vice president, the first lady, all the things they know about it.
Exactly.
Like almost months ago now, when we don't begin to talk about it. Sorry, Ibrahim.
No, but Kashi, you're perfectly correct. These are the things we people who salon 1 year they call people for kind of parliament for can't talk about. But bank governor can always defend the weak link. If they looked at Popa, I said this is old. This somebody no like him. Nobody no go for fit for this one. Like go
check for like the fake degrees.
Exactly.
Always the soft touch.
The soft one. We're not getting nothing for root. Anything we get for move the country forward in a way where the people
don't say you don't get nothing, but like to a lesser extent.
The urgency, basically, Kashi, the urgency of that kind of activity. You know what I mean?
That's the right word. Emergency.
Right. Yeah. How emergent is that? You left corruption cases of Africanist press, publication after publication after publication. You left them by go by education. Then you left the
now let's go the first one. Somebody get AK, somebody get RPG. You left the man get RPG for father, go for the
you go for the AK.
Yeah, the man get the small weapon, go kill. I know get the big weapon, I get for the stone and all. Then you go now in the episode.
Example with military, all day you are here with the
but it's a fact.
You see with the military analysis, I know more cash box because then because then people like sometimes they want to you put up and you want what you hate, you put a fix up and so then get that mindset see that's what it be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, because this one is also they know I say so that now lawyer say if it's in a court, let's say that we can for talk for the people and the entire masses. Say no, it's not yeah. Look Ghana, where they say no. Ghana always say for everybody to that point. For more than government, they talk say money don't do, money no they go talk 2 years ago. At the end of the bank governor.
If Kale Yumkela serious, what did they call for? If Kale Yumkela was really serious, what did they call for fire the bank governor? Not only team for camp, but now in party, they all na party. Nothing you can talk. They all na party business they go to the parliament then go laugh they make like for say they can't even then say he can't even the woko they don't call the bank governor, they don't go ask a question. Now that's not they look for. But he left the thing the way the people want for year, then kill citizens in another country the August 10th. They arbitrarily execute people. Tetiri can't even nothing for say about the killings of citizens of Sierra Leone. Able for call the internal affairs minister, able for call the police of the chief of police, able for call the deputy minister of internal affairs, able for call the president for say what thing they happen there. The president get interviews them all over the world. Some of them people. Now there's the next thing the salon people now that we want for Yeri. You're there to represent the voices of the people. You're there to represent the wish of the people. Bank governor, economy at this particular point in time, you support the redenomination. So you support the redenomination. Now you make you all now make the country fail. So which you go talk about this now the hearing, which you go tell the bank governor. Yes, instead of him for team up and say no, we're not going to allow the redenomination. If Kanye Mikela be on the record self say we already allow the redenomination, we go say okay, so tonight I want to go follow up and see if you don't say but you don't want redenomination, but you're not even on the record. You supported the redenomination. Exactly, you get almost PhD them, but you support the redenomination because you don't even understand the economics behind the redenomination of the whole thing.
The man say bribe $68 million for let get. Imagine.
Thank you.
Bribery now offense.
Then none. Then jubilator. Then none even for call for his sacking.
You not call that and they say, you don't talk say you money don't own a bank. You don't talk say you bribe for that money can. You can't explain why you bribe. Bribery first now offense. Not to say now offense and corruption. Bribery. Even if I attempt to accept, me you get attempts. They say even attempts is tantamount to corruption.
Exactly.
I get for bribe. The attempt from an attempt to corruption. You can't talk now say I go bribe.
Exactly.
Now you want to say after we be saying now the time they can do. You can for shame Ibrahim. This guy don't get shame.
You know.
If you say now that state of school of doctor, hey, let me tell you something. What you supposed to get for pull alone? Like somebody can tell you say I get 10 degree. If you cherry much,
no, it's
cherry much. That's the truth.
As sad as it is.
Cherry much. Tell you this like is. No, you read that chocolate. Now professor, no, you read that. I mean, professor. If you cherry much, tell you this is because you don't make no use.
But you know, Ibrahim, talking about going back to the constitution, you know, we say like in a way like this not disrespect to like the Abdullahi Okon said we write this constitution. And by the way, where is it? Anyway, like surely, I mean, these guys, I mean, suppose for day somewhere they tell we like the intention and the meaning of certain things them and try to clarify things them to the people of Sierra Leone as well, isn't it?
Well, Kashi,
the man right to give members of parliament the power.
Exactly.
The members of parliament can't say they will lose.
Yeah.
So what's in here for talking now?
Yeah.
Well, that's true. If the members of parliament were supposed to understand the constitution, then well, again, comrade, I know kind of like go kind of like take Abdullahi Okonte away from
this is what I'll say.
Get a responsibility, surely.
This is what I'll say.
You're very correct. No, you're very correct. No, just say John Major. Where this will happen in this country. In as much as now before my prime minister many years ago, where it is a starting point, he can't speak.
Yes, he speak up.
He can't speak.
Yeah.
You see, we know the talk now for Boris, but talk now for simple country. This is for me.
It's ambiguous. This for change. Is it not an insult to Abdullahi Okonte, the intelligence, the people every writer?
Well, let me tell you.
If you're ambiguous, we know they get democracy. What do you man can't talk to the rubbish? The 1991 Constitution allow them for because we get elections before. We don't get multi-party elections. We allow you to run as president.
What stage, like where John Major then be kind of like get involved with the way things then they go? So what stage you feel say now the stage where Abdullahi Okonte they need for beginning?
It don't pass long ago.
Thank you.
It don't pass long ago.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, see, we get for the mindsets. Not to the people who them know question and governance. If you see people who them they make Alpha Can they win at them come out yesterday. Because I said the power. Go join this side. Please talk see President Bill do very well. Alpha Can yesterday we see President Bill. If you even tell us say net don't can go say no net na sante. You know, cash box the problem we get na saloon. I say people need for we get for take the kind of route. Meaning people they get for look see you picking the all see at age the cabas go there to the age the level so. Now it's publicly. Never shall it happen again. The Cote happen at 79. From that end, you know, see Ghana where the MP they go then say where they go talk even the incumbent join the MP. They know the example.
Yeah.
They don't see the example. Salon no example. The only choice talk on a salon that the poor people learn. Now who's in the ball? That they hand in the court. That in the rape.
Just like how the PR system did at the constitution. Now so the military protecting the constitution also they na the constitution.
It cash box. It's not a coup d'etat illegitimate because when we get constitutional coup d'etat. Because what you mean to do so na constitutional coup d'etat.
Yeah.
When we get to constitutional coup d'etat, now in the allow the military can do military coup d'etat for restore constitutional orders.
Absolutely.
Now military then you won't take over for restore constitutional orders. If what's happening as alone today, now constitutional coup d'etat, which is very wrong. So the military responsibility now for can't restore constitutional orders, shift all the idiot them, lay them like rolling to Ghana, never shall it happen again. He whip them up. The example all man see. So man go free for good on George said. From there, there are so also others. All man look now. Other one they back the world. It happened. Ibrahim, so you see, even in parts of the world, they're not just get democracy by cheap. People then die with the talk about Abraham Lincoln, the Martin Luther King, they will talk about then Ahmed that they will talk about people they sell their life for they will get the whole blow and just today. Even here, Cashbox, and the democracy get challenged. Even here, challenge.
You know,
but because yeah, it's student where they protect them, the challenge will be blatant like we. Even now, it get challenged. Look what's happening. They're not right to over 5,000 cases the way police that abuse people like that. If the police and public for apologize, they're not lawful arrest, especially for them what follows them. They can publicly 5,000 because it's student and there where they protect the people them. In as much as people and they with that bad element their body, they force and say no, not to get this country. The country is bigger than all of us. So the constitution of Sierra Leone, even if we can't now tell you why they use the UK or America, okay, as a loan. If we get them bad element and they count something, they go to parliament, so the president doesn't decide and do it. So the people that get the problem, yes. Ibrahim, if you even tell the one that UK or America or as a loan,
it's a fact.
Element they will not take example. Then they come back say, the president don't call the commissioner say, let you do PR system or let you do other system.
They will do it.
Then go talk them.
Yeah.
Back say, hey, the president will lose democracy. When Trump will lose democracy in America, the example America lost it now.
Absolutely.
Trump, the whole president, first in history, for let America president say, me, I know the agree, and don't go me. Then people like more than process. What's happened? The army take it on hand. See now give path. Give me this key. The vice president commander, I'm saying, I allow you. Because we get institution of Ibrahim. Imagine if in Africa, president talks so, like that country on fire right now.
Imagine,
because they get institution them.
You know better. The head of army, he take the right, even the nuclear button. They pull on Donald Trump because they say and say it don't become reckless.
Absolutely. And even Titi, they Trump the feud about the fact that the general be commander that time we go match na Lafayette Square na Washington DC, we go team up all of Bible. Where the general not be know what's in the gun, but where the general find out say you want to use me as a prop by your nonsense, it come out and publicly speak up and tell them say I owe no allegiance to a man, but to this Constitution of the United States of America. From that day, crazy again for one because if you want to mix the military inside, so a standalone general, standalone general making decision for himself. Until today, he get the support of the whole America.
The definition of a general, they say for be a standalone person, irrespective of any consequence. So be standalone. Now you make it general. That's the definition. These are generals. They're nothing that mean. When you go to war college, then they tell you for us what they make you general.
Right.
Because in general, somebody will stand alone at all time. I'm looking become general. Nobody get power on something like that. Even you see the army head, no get power. You can in a general.
Exactly.
You see,
and to that point,
they know the also. Then just be tribalistic. If you take like man being government, the entire military hierarchy, the entire police hierarchy, the entire ONS, the entire system, the entire neck, what's he expect?
Right. And to that point, what they make about the vice president Cashbox, where he come out, what's his name, Mike Pence. When Mike Pence decide for say, I'm not going to be a part of this. You know who that influenced Mike Pence in thoughts when I talk about Abdullahi contest? So a judge we don't retire. It didn't us. Now he put out a tweet. We tell Mike Pence say you have no authority to go against the legislators, then votes them where they don't can cast already in the house of. Now that judge, now him talk that tweet the way he said, now him save democracy in America that particular day. Because you see, that is where people like Dr. Abdullahi Content come in. But people like those, the country we're not savvy how for respect people them. The media house system, journalists them. Matter of fact, I want to extend this hand to Dr. Abdullahi Conte. Let's bring and come now with platform. Maybe it's not too big for WhatsApp. I don't know. Or we can even bring them come live. We can discuss them kind of thing. I want to extend this hand. If anybody sabi Dr. Abdullahi Conte, let we extend this hand. Let come and can talk to we. Let salon people and can hear it from one of the drafters of the 1991 Constitution, where we all love so much. And me, where I don't read the Constitution so much, I see them guy and make all kind of provision for make sure say they stop anybody for coming.
They were clever beings.
Absolutely. Section 108. Absolutely.
Sometimes you read the Constitution, you self the call for the one they were writing.
Absolutely. I get so much respect for that man. I want follow bring and come. Can discuss them in plain terms. The Constitution, plain terms. So to English people speak plain Creole. Section 38A1 say at the time when the election is announced for members of parliament and constituencies don't exist, that's the only time the president may So for like even matter you consult with NEC now because constituency is not there. But section 38.4 tell you
Ibrahim, the best Christmas present we can give to Sierra Leoneans then. Now forget Dr. Abdullahi Okonte.
Absolutely.
And that would make my Christmas as well.
Absolutely. That might be the last audio I would ever make for against Sefna Salon politics if we get Dr. Abdullahi Okonte. But I normally that day Dr. Abdullahi Okonte say no, Ibrahim, no one for you.
It's a long haul, like what the comrade can say.
Right, we normally say, but that would be so good that sometimes we'll take a leave to election safe. We'll not talk again. Yes. But I'm just kidding on that one.
No, that's not possible.
But that would be back. Yeah, but that would be very powerful though.
Absolutely.
And kind of Yunkela will watch you. We don't see you. Go do the work of the people. Feel the pulse of the people. The people don't care about bank governor now. 4 years later, let's don't go to 600,000. Petrol don't go to 20,000 for liter. Now you can tell about bank governor. Man, we don't come off for the bank empty. He say money not in a bank. He empty. You not call for them fire. He come back. He say we bribe 68 million. You not call for them fire. Now where the game don't now where they don't kill people them. NEC don't can announce PR system. The people them care about the next election process. That is what we're thinking about. You talk about bank governor. What kind of you can go to hell, man? But anyways, if you want to close down people's well, I can close them all.
Well, me just want to say, I just want to go back to that point, and as you say, Dr. Abdullahi Okonte, that would be like the peak of like this whole mess about the constitution. Forget them in. But Ibrahim, like just like waiting people and what I say earlier, just like how President Bio feels say the PR system where they use wrongly, it's in the constitution. Now so back like the military taking over from like a government where they abuse the constitution.
Yeah.
Now so back then at the constitution.
Yeah.
And surely Salon people and the military when I see where Mama Dumbuya come bongo right in the city of Salon.
Oh.
And so una self when they abuse the constitution, una self kim bongo da bongo de una think about it and save Salon. I'm not even scared for talking safe because it's in the constitution.
Kashi, this is what I'll tell you. Section 165, subsection 2. Now I'm talking very clearly when it comes to that. And also, of course, Unayeri with brother, Lyle or Sliman, I the possibly make me even because I don't go that far by the constitution for it all the way to 160s, But Lyle or Sliman come out and make them very, very clear when he talking for say the military gets a responsibility, for protect this constitution. And on that note, let me find this guy, LAH, Lahai Lawrence Lima. Let me see here. I got the audio now. I'll play on phone alone. I hear phone myself. When I listen.
It's the duty of the military to intervene to protect this constitution. Let me come. Yes, let me come, please.
Lima.
It is always the duty of the military to intervene to protect this constitution. Let me come. Yes, let me come, please.
Lima.
All right. I don't play that again. Let remind them. We Lima will invoke the rights of the military to protect the constitution. And at a time like this, when the constitution is being abused, bastardized, I want to say every one of you guys waiting on the records, we talk about this PR system. You are part of the treason that we got for try people and for. And Kashi comrade, when I see them things there, I know, how they feel about these things. And if I have the authority this moment, I'm telling you, I don't even count na Amos, but as long as you are part of this whole process, you will be tried and prosecuted. And if we will judge them from outside for judge the case, say these people, this is the crime they've committed, treasonous crimes, for go against the constitution, come with all of these. Let them pass out. Marabio, let give you the proclamation document. Let it show we sign for declare a PR system, because that's the only way as a president it can come and do them. And we don't talk very clear for say a PR system, a proclamation we do them. It's a solemn occasion. You go for invite people them. Now then the president the pen safe we use for sign the proclamation. Say they give one pick you go to be them. People have can't team up. We see them all over the world. We know what it's like. These guys, we're not idiots. But anyway, we don't prolong this. This will left an eye. Bye bye everybody.